If you've got yourself about $88 and you're looking to bring in leads and book demo calls for your agency, then I'm going to show you just how I did it with a pretty crappy ad, to be quite honest. So first off, let's get into the proof here. So as you can see, this is the ad I am talking about. I will show it to you here in a second. But 11 results, so 11 booked calls for about $8 a pop. Total in ad spend being around $88. So this had 3,100 impressions, 2,000 reached over 2,000 people. So really much better than the other ads I ran. I don't have the data right here, but I ran static ads. So just picture ads with text on them saying, here's what it looks like before. And the ad looks something like this. It had a little bit different copy. This one says we deliver $45,000 in jobs in 90 days. The one I was offering in the ads you saw were for the offer that I am talking about today, which is the 2 beta clients. But essentially, this one did not work out too well for me. I've seen a lot of people apparently have some success with static ads. I ran, like I said, a pretty crappy video ad and got much better results. So without further ado, let's check out that video right here.
If you run an artificial turf company and you aren't bringing in leads, I will personally build and run them for you completely for free. We're going to do this for 2 turf businesses only. I'll create your ad from scratch, launch them, and generate real leads. All we ask for in return is an honest testimonial. Most turf companies are wasting money on ads that don't convert. I'll fix that using our AI turf flood system built specifically to flood your inbox with qualified leads. Once 2 businesses are selected, this offer ends for good. Click Learn More to see if this offer is right for you.
All right, so as you see there, nothing too fancy. I mean, I was able to use CapCut to create that video in probably a half hour. And so, again, got these results from it, and it worked out better than I anticipated. Now, I actually had about 9 results spending $50. I'm not sure what happened with the last 40 or so. Only got a couple of results from that. But anywho, now you may be thinking, Austin, what camera did you use? What about your light? Did you have a ring light? What editing software do you use? Really, you just use CapCut? Yes, I just use CapCut. This is the most generic. I didn't know how to use it. I've used it on my phone before, but I was editing this within my computer on my Mac here, and really just kind of figured it out as I went. Any time I had an idea in my head of, all right, this is what I want the ad to look like, and then I would Google how to make it look like that. I would just use ChatGPT. I'd use AI, probably like most of you do for most things in life these days, which is completely fine, or not. Time will tell. But now I had only one video ad, right? I had only one video ad, but I filmed more hooks. Now, if you watch one of my previous videos, then you'll see that I kind of use Alex Hormozi's ad outline creation formula, right? So how he pretty much outlines it is have hooks. So here you can see I have 20 hooks. Here's some that are pain related. Here's one that are dream hooks, guarantee and risk, curiosity, and I kind of greened up with what the ones I liked exactly. And then here you'll see the meat. So what is the meat, right? So the hook is what draws them in. The meat is kind of the body, right? So if you're in English class and you talk about the beginning, the middle, and the end, this is the middle. This is before the conclusion. This is after the beginning. We are in the meat. I'm not going to explain that again like at third grader. So anyway, here's one here. It said, so the hook would be the truth. Most turf services are a scam. Most turf lead services are a scam. Well, they hand you a list of phone numbers and call it leads, but 90% never pick up. And at Pro Turf Leads, we built blah, 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 right? So you get the concept here. So I had ChatGPT generate all this. I said, pretend you're Alex Hormozi, pretend you're the greatest marketing mind in the world, and see what you can come up with, right? And I fed it all the information about my business. I gave it absolutely everything that I've ever worked on essentially within the business and said, go to town, make me the greatest offer you can. And so, or make me the greatest video ad you can. And this is what it came up with. So more curiosity hooks, guarantee hooks. You got CTA. This is the final part. This is the conclusion here. The call to action. So how much are you wasting on turf leads that never answer? Most companies throw away thousands chasing every month. click below, blah, 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 click below to book your free discovery call. Only 5 beta spots left. Now, in this case, I only made it 2, but you get the point. I had it generate all of these, and then I put them all together and made a whole bunch of different formulas. So if you're doing this on your end and you want to figure out, well, I want to test 20 different video ads. Well, you got to make 20 different videos within CapCut. But say you just want to test 5, right? All I did was film 5 different hooks. So say I take 2 from the dream, I took 1 from the pain, I took 1 from the guarantee, 1 from the curiosity. I filmed those 5, changed the first 8 seconds, however long that hook took. I changed that in each video and kept the body and kept the call to action the same and the rest, because I want to eliminate variables here. I want to make sure that if one's performing then better than another, I want to know why. And if I have the hook, the body, and the CTA different in each one, I'm not going to know which part stuck. I'm not going to know which part stuck. So I want to test as few variables as possible in my ads, double down on what works, and then maybe down the line change the meat or change the call to action until I kind of figure out what works. So this has been a really helpful formula for me. So I may have shown this before, but where I draw leads into is just this simple slide deck here. So once somebody fills out the form on Facebook that asks a couple simple questions, it says, do you own a turfing business? Do you make between this amount and that amount, this amount and that amount, whatever it may be? And then what is your zip code? So the reason I asked the zip code question is because I don't want to work with more than one person per zip code, as that would be a conflict of interest. But as you can see here, this is very generic. Nothing is too advanced here. So most places you'll see what's called a VSL, a video sales letter. This one is what is called a DSL, a deck sales letter. I learned this from Nick Tan. You may not be familiar with him on YouTube, but I highly suggest you check him out if you are not familiar, as he has super valuable information. But he was saying how this really had better results than his video sales letter. And I said, shoot, well, I mean, this seems like it's easier to make, and I could add like 30, 40 slides in here if I wanted like he did. But with this being the beta offer, I really just kind of wanted to spark curiosity, throw in a few bones there and say, hey, really, really encourage you to book a call down here. And once you do, then we'll talk more about it. This is, again, similar to that static ad I ran before that here's you without Pro Turf leads, and this is what you'd be like with Pro Turf leads. But yeah, so really just wanted to make a quick video here, really more so for this ad creation formula. I think this is super valuable here, especially if you're overthinking things like I do every second of my life and think, what would be the best hook? What would be the best call to action? All this kind of stuff. You don't know. You don't know until you test. You may think something sounds so stupid. ChatGPT may suggest something, or you may find yourself watching an ad on Instagram, and all of a sudden you're 20 seconds into watching it and you go, what drew me into this? And maybe it's something silly. Maybe it was a silly meme you saw. Maybe it's the stupid 6'7" thing people keep talking about, whatever the kids are saying these days. And maybe that's what drew you in. I don't know. But the whole point is you don't know until you test. Test different hooks, test different bodies, test different call to actions, and create a formula, create something that works. You'll only figure that out through testing, not through thinking. Stop thinking. I encourage you all to stop what you're doing and stop thinking. There's my 2 cents. There's my wisdom for the day. So anyway, I appreciate you watching this video. I really just wanted to get this out there and show you that you do not have to overthink it. Maybe I just made this more so for myself and showing that you don't need to have the perfect formula to even get some results. So now, how have these calls gone, you may ask? Well, I've had a couple of them that have not necessarily signed on, but I am in the process of working with that. I've actually sent a quote over to one of them, so keep you posted there. And last thing, check the link below for my school community. It's completely free, just kind of documenting the process there on almost a daily basis of how things are going. So I work an 8 to 5. I don't have too much time set aside each day for this little side gig of mine that I hope to make a full-time thing one day. But anyway, just keeping keeping more tabs there daily than I am on this YouTube channel. So hope to see you in there, and I'll see you in the next one.